Welcome to today's lesson. Welcome to today's lesson and the first lesson of the week. This week we are going to be dealing with, it's a continuation of productivity softwares. However, the previous week we were dealing with demonstrating basic navigation of productivity softwares. This week we will be dealing with basic functionalities of productivity softwares. In today's lesson, we are dealing with basic functionalities of word processing softwares. This is today's learning unit. The coming days, we will be dealing with different productivity softwares where we will be showing basic functionalities of those particular softwares. So without wasting any time, let's get to the lesson. And before we start with the lesson, congratulations on making it to your third week in the program. This shows your dedication to education. This shows your dedication to yourself. This shows your dedication to the program. And this definitely shows how the program is definitely beneficial for you. And for that, we say thank you very much for coming this far and having started with the program from day one. You've made it and you're about to make it. Hang on to your, this is your third week, and we will now, when we finish this third week, we will be entering our fourth week, which will be our final week. So in doing so, let's, like I said, let's continue with today's lesson. Right. In today's lesson, we will be looking, like I said, at basic functionalities of word processing. What's supposed to happen is that we are supposed to replicate this kind of a document. The document that you're looking at is a normal, old-versioned curriculum vitae. I need us to replicate this document. I took this version because it's basically a more simpler, basic document that we can replicate. Because our lesson is basically based on the basic functionalities of word processing. So let's begin with our lesson. Remember, like I said, this document is editable. However, we're not going to edit this document. No, that's not what we're going to do. We're actually going to recreate this document from scratch. That's what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to recreate this document from A all the way to C. And actually, what I want us to do in the process is make additions to the document, upgrade the document in the process. That's going to be our lesson today. In doing so, this lesson will give us a basic understanding of the functionalities of word processing software. This word processing software, which is Microsoft Word. So, like I said, we're not going to be editing. So we're not editing anything. We covered in our previous week. In the previous week, we covered this. We covered basic navigations of word processing in our previous week's lesson. So, to my understanding, I therefore expect you to be up to date with those basic navigations. So we are supposed to apply those basic navigations here when we create this document. We are supposed to apply them I sincerely and seriously hope that you are grasping every lesson, because all these lessons are intertwined. The previous lesson is intertwined with this, with the present lesson, and the present lesson is going to be intertwined with future lessons, and future lessons will be intertwined with your own day-to-day life or with your own day-to-day work. So that's why it is crucial for you to understand everything. And in the process of you are not understanding, you are supposed to consult with your facilitator, you are supposed to consult with your peers, you are supposed to consult with anyone, including consult with the internet. Not all the knowledge is contained within this video. Therefore, you also on your own have the responsibility to seek more information. My apologies. So let's continue. What did we say? In order to open a new document, what did we say we are supposed to do? Like I said, we're not editing this document, therefore we are not required to wrap and then put new information. No, we're not supposed to do that. What's going to happen is that we are going to come to file, like we previously covered. Now, once we are in file, we say new. New document allows us to open a new document. This new option allows us to open a new document. This open option enables us to open existing documents. When I'm not covering these because we covered them. We covered all these. Now, we say new document, then we're supposed to open a blank document because we are creating a new document from scratch. We're not dealing with an editing of a document. No, we're creating a new document from scratch. That's basically our lesson for today. So once you click on this new option, you find this blank document. That's what we need. Also, additionally, other Microsoft Words word processing softwares, they display templates. Let's see. If we click on business, it's searching online templates of business. You see, but we're not looking for these. So we're looking for a new document. These templates are documents that we can use to do whatever we want. See business. So let's click on business because we are covering working functionalities. If you click on business, you're going to get business related documents. Say if you wanted to create a new newsletter, this is what you're going to find. It's a marketing template. Professional services, this is going to be, for example, a business plan. So for you to be able to access all these templates, your computer needs to be connected to the internet. As you can see, mine is connected to the internet of my company. So I'm able to get these templates because I'm connected online. Therefore, you need to be connected to the internet for you to be able to access these templates. So we're looking at business. Then we can look at cards. If you click on cards, it's It's going to load. And as it's busy loading, you find cards here. See, if you wanted to create a business card, this is what you're going to be doing. Then you click on it. It's going to open and enable you to edit documents. It's going to enable you to open documents. And if you click on, let's say if we go back to home, click on flyers. If you click on flyers, it enables you to get those flyers, the templates that you want. So this is what will happen with all these templates. Let's see resumes and cover letters, because we are building a resume. A curriculum vitae is a resume. Now let's look at this kind of a document. And then say for example we wanted this document. We're going to open it and then click on create. Then it's downloading the template and then it will open it for us. You see, it opened it for us. What I just did is I clicked on maximize. We covered this. We covered this. It said minimize is doing what? So in order to broaden the page, I maximized it. And this is the document that we'll find. This is a resume as well. However, we're not dealing with this kind of a resume. We're not dealing with this kind of a resume because I wanted us to deal with a basic kind of a document. This is a more advanced kind of a document. However, I just showed you how to access it. And all you have to do, for example, if you needed this kind of a document, all you would have to do is to just type and edit the document. For example, your name would come here, your name. You see, your name, the job title that you occupy is the C, is a chief executive officer. You see, so it's editable. You can do whatever you want with this document. You can edit it, you can do whatever you want. However, I'm not focusing on this document. So I'm not going to be saving the document. Therefore, I'm closing it and it's requiring me to save it. And I'm saying no, don't save. Every time when you create a document, from scratch, you're going to be, and when you attempt to close it, you're going to get this window. You're going to get this pop-up message. You are supposed to read this pop-up message. If you say, Nev, don't save, you're going to lose your document. Say, for example, you had a document that you were working on and it was urgent. And then you clicked on close the document and then clicked on don't save. You would have lost the document because you didn't quite read what it was, the pop-up message was saying. Do you, want to save your changes to the document, to document 2? Document 2 is the document name of this. See, its name is written here as document 2 until we rename it. When we downloaded it, it came with this name because we downloaded this document. So please, always when you are using a computer and when you are closing a document, give careful attention to this. So let's say we want to save it. If we saved it, we are going to be able to find it. But if you say don't save, it will be temporarily unavailable. So we're saying don't save because we're not working with this document. We are working with this kind of a document. So if we pay careful attention to the formatting and the styling of this Word document, because we are supposed to replicate the document as is, starting with the font type and the font size, including its entire layout. And additionally, we are supposed to advance the document. When we finish, we're supposed to advance the document. So let's look at this document. Say we want to open a new document, so we're going to say open. We click on open, we click on new, and then we select our blank document. See the document that we downloaded. It's here, but because we didn't save it, we didn't save that document information. The document will come and in its standard form, the form or the format in which we downloaded the document with. This is the document. So we're opening a new document. We just opened a new document. Now, our document was written curriculum vitae, and it was centered. Its alignment was centered. So we're going to type. I'm sure you are familiar with your keyboard. Yes, you are familiar with your keyboard. So there's no need for me to tell you where you're going, to show you my hands as I am typing. You're familiar with your keyboard. Just keep in mind to use your caps lock whenever you are doing whenever you're doing your capital letters. You just have to press on your caps lock. There's a button on your. Let me show you a computer. Let me show you an on-screen keyboard. However, just for your convenience, on-screen keyboard. This is our on-screen keyboard. Let me show you the caps lock I am referring to, because this is our on-screen keyboard. I know we didn't cover this lesson. I need you to visualize everything that I am saying for your benefit. Because I pressed on my keyboard, I pressed my caps lock, and my caps lock light is on. This is the reason why this caps lock is blue. Is blue as highlighted, because I pressed and I switched on my caps lock. So if on the very same keyboard, not this on-screen keyboard, but my computer keyboard, if I turn off the caps lock button, the caps lock on will automatically on the screen change from blue. It turned off. It turned off. So this is the caps lock I am referring to. Let me show you this. If I type, who are you? Who are you? Having typed who are you, because my caps lock was off, these letters came in small letters automatically. What is Microsoft Word is programmed to always make it a point of putting a capital letter in the first letter of the first document. So it will always put a capital letter. After this, let's say who. You see, and then let's remove this capital letter. Let's remove this in question mark, and then let's say who. See, it's not putting on the capital letters anymore. It's basic English. It's basic. It's basic writing. So, say for example, if we turn this caps lock on, you can turn it on with your mouse, and it will automatically switch on the keyboard, and you can also turn it off with your mouse as well. That's basically how we use an on-screen keyboard. You can also type with an on-screen keyboard, you see. However, it's not convenient. It's not convenient because you're going to take a bit longer. So that's preferably we use our fingers to type on our desktop. We use our fingers to type on our. To type on our keyboards. So to rub these documents, obviously there's a backspace button that we use to rub with. So let me minimize this on-screen keyboard because I was just showing it to you for your convenience. We're not dealing or focusing on it. We are focusing on the functionalities of Microsoft Office. This keyboard comes as a basic feature in Windows, not with Microsoft Word. Please be mindful. Now we are continuing with the curriculum vitae. It was written curriculum vitae. Let me remind you of the document. Let's review the document. This is the document. This is how the outlook of the document. We're supposed to replicate this document. So let's continue. Curriculum vitae of. Then let's say it's your document of your name. Now, these two, the alignment here and the font, they're not the same, and the size, font size, the alignment and bolding, they're not the same. We need to make them the same. Therefore, we're going to select the document, the text, I mean to say. Then once we selected the text, we're going to hit our home button to show our ribbon, and then thereafter let's zoom it. To zoom the document, you come here. This is where you come to zoom the document. So to zoom the document, I always prefer to zoom it to 100%. This is our 100% zoom. I always prefer to zoom it to 100%. And to make your tab not disappear every time, or to avoid having to come to the tab to click, and always when you click here it disappears, because it can be annoying at times. All you have to do is to come to open the ribbon first. You do this, then after doing this, you can do it with clicking any tab here. Even if you click on insert, the ribbon will appear, or if you click on view review, the ribbon will appear. So because we are going, the features that we are going to be using are located within our home tab. That's why I'm clicking the home tab. And to keep it from not disappearing, all you have to do is to pin it on the, or to pin it in our document. Then all you have to do is to click on pin here. This is the pin button. You click on pin and now it will be pinned. See, it's no longer going to disappear every time when we click. But if we unpin it by clicking here, it will disappear every time when we click when we don't click the ribbon option, but if we click the document. So let's pin it so that it doesn't disappear, so that we are able to use it wisely. Now we highlight these. Now we're going to come to this option. This is sent. We want our words, these words, to be centered. Remember, they are not centered. They are centered here. You see, they are centered. They are centered on this document. So we want them to be centered. All we have to do is to click on them, then click on this center. Now they are centered. You see, now they are centered. Now they are centered. Now we look at the document. We look at the document. The document has some underlinings and also it's bolded. The document has underlinings and it's also bolded. So we definitely have to underline it and then we have to bold it. And now we'll want the size, font size, because the document is its size is not equal to our current size. The font size of the document we are working with is smaller. Therefore, we will come to the font sizes here. You can click on. You are able to click on these so that you can get these sizes. That is option number 1. That is option number 1. Option number 2 is you can click on this increase font size. Then you're going to get the font size to increase. Just keep on clicking. The font size will increase. Or you can simply, my apologies. Or you can simply click on this and then come to your keyboard. Click on it. Come to your keyboard. Your keyboard. Remember, I said these keyboards work the same. But for your convenience, I am showing this keyboard, this on-screen keyboard. However, this on-screen keyboard and your desktop keyboard, they are working the same, or your laptop keyboard, they are working the same. So if you click on of any number, say for example I want 6, then I say enter, hit enter. See, the document size changed. If I want 87, document size will change. So long as we have highlighted this Word document, these words, the words that we are working with, they must be highlighted for the program to understand its comments, its instructions. My apologies for the program to understand our instructions. So we're looking at probably, let's start with 15 and see if it's the correct size. I think it's the correct size. Let's review them. Yeah, let's do this. Or is it small? I think it's small now. Yeah, it's small. It's very small. Let's increase it. Let's increase it to 20. Let's see. Is it fine? Let's review 20. Or is it small? We can work with this. We can work with this one. Now, all we want. Let me show you something. Let me show you what I did. Since my pointer is here towards the end of your name on this word, towards the end of your name, what you need to do is to click on enter. Once you click on enter, you can click on enter on your keyboard, hit enter. Once you hit enter on your keyboard, it's going to place your pointer here, your typing pointer here. Now, what we don't need it here, because remember our document is like this. Our document is like this. So we need to type in. We can place it here. If you place it here, it's fine. You can place it here and then type cell. But you see, you're stumbling an issue here. You're stumbling an issue. If you don't turn off if you do not discard these settings, the settings that we made here, if we don't discard them, we are going to find it. We're going to come up with a stumbling block. So what I'm talking about is that I want to show you what the document looks like. First of all, these are not equal to these in terms of size. Therefore, we need to resize. We need to resize this. We need to resize it to the correct size. And also, if you paid attention, it's not underlined as well. So we need to, but then it's bolded. It's bolded but not underlined and in different size. So we need to click on the underlining so that it's not underlined anymore. And then let's reduce this to, let's say, 15. I think 15 is fine. And if you paid attention, let me show you something. There is a difference between these two, 1, 2, and 1, 2. There is a huge difference. I hope you are able to notice the difference. However, the difference is that there is a space here. We're not supposed to have this space because on this document there isn't. Remember, we are replicating this document. We are replicating it. So we don't need a space at all. So what's supposed to happen is that there's another feature that we forgot to use. What we're going to do is that we're going to highlight this and then come here. No spacing. Because we forgot to use this feature in the beginning, we are going to have to start with our settings. But it's not the same. You just bold, underline, and increase your font size to 25. And then also put it on there. Now you can see this. Let's see first. Let's see. Yeah, the spaces. Let's see, the spaces, there's supposed to be a space, and the reason why there is a bigger nyana space here is because of the font size. Let's find out. Since this is an editable document, we can always find out this font size. This is the font size of the document that we are using, of the document that we are replicating. So here we set 20. So this is the reason why there is this space, smaller nyana space here. It's because we know this, they are not the same. But if we take it down to 16, like the previous document, is it 16? It's 16. It's 16. Yeah, it's 16. Oh, and also there is another problem that we are forgetting. There's another issue that we are forgetting. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Look at this document. Look at it carefully. And look at this ribbon as well. Look at this ribbon and look at this document. Here, there is a huge difference. Let me show you. Then we come to this document. We come to this document and this ribbon. There is a huge difference. And what's the difference? Of course, the difference is the font type. The previous document's font is Arial. This is the reason why there was a bigger nyana space. If the fonts are not the same, the documents are not going to be the same. If the fonts are not the same, the documents are not going to be the same. So, since the documents are not the same, the fonts are not going to be the same. Now, if we compare the two, you can clearly see that they are the same now. This document is zoomed to 124%. You can see here. That is how it's zoomed. So if we want to ensure that we are doing this correctly, let's zoom it to 124. 120. You see, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Now, let's continue. If we want to get this correctly, we will have to come to this document and then find the correct settings. For example, the font size of this is 11. So if we want to replicate it successfully here, we need to make this 11. Since it's 15, they're not going to be the same. And also, we also need to be mindful of the font type, because this here is Arial. You can see here it's Arial, but this here it's Calibri 15. So they're not the same. They're not the same. They need to be the same. So we need to change this as well. You need to change this to Arial. What's the size again? I'm very forgetful. My apologies. It's 11. The size is 11. So we need to come back here and make it 11. Now the size is 11. Now it's cell. Now The mistake that we made is leaving this turned on. This is not turned on because this document doesn't have these as capital letters except the first letter. So that's the mistake that we made. So let's correct our mistake and actually turn it off. Now we turned it off. So now your cell number, this is your cell number, right? This is your cell number. Then we have another option that we can use. We can either, after typing, place this in the center or leave it here and then continue to type. There is going to be another challenge. We forgot something. We forgot to change something. Let me show you something. Let me show you what I mean. If I click on enter and then type here, it's leaving that space. It's not supposed to leave that space because our text are not, they don't have that much of a space difference. So we need to change this setting to no spacing and also change the font type, bold it, and not underline it, my apologies. Yes, and bold it. And then after doing so, we can then come to address. Let me show you something. Let me show you when I want to click. I want to place these two dots here. I want to place them here, like I did here. What am I going to do? Because definitely if I press this button here, these two dots are not the same. So what did I do? It's simple. If you hit shift, you see the shift button is hit. If you hit shift and after hit the very same button that you want, my apologies, not this button. If you hit shift and then hit the button that you want, the document, the dots are going to be, they're going to appear there. The dots will be appearing there. So in your keyboard, you do the same thing. If you hit shift and press the document, the button, you hit the shift and not let it go. Because if you can keep focus, I didn't let go of the shift and then I pressed and then the button appeared. But if I let go of the shift, say for example, if I hit the shift and let it go and then press the button, these dots are not the same. You see? So you need correct dots. You hit the shift and then you hit the button. Then you're going to have the necessary text. Now what we have to do is write our address. Address is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not putting correct information or someone's information and my information here. We're just using this just for display purposes. Here, hit this and then Soshanguve, because we're in Soshanguve, and Pretoria. This is your address area. This is your address area. And this is your address. Remember, we said we hit what when we want to go, when we want our pointer to go down, enter. We hit our enter. You can do this on your keyboard as well. Now, we continue with, we just placed the cell and the address. Now we want an email. We want to place an email. It's none@gmail.com. This is your address. The document dictates to us we do this. You see? The document dictates to us that we do this. Now, let's continue. Now that we finished editing, adding this information, we can just highlight it and then center it, and voila, this is what the document looks like. See, this is what the document looks like. This is what the document looks like, and then we just hit our enter. This is the reason why it's like this, is because it's a hyperlink. It's a hyperlink. We can remove this. If we don't want this, we can just remove hyperlink. Hyperlink is removed. And now we have this line here. We need to place this line here. So we're going to come to underline and hit our tab button. This is our tab button here on your keyboard. You can hit it. But if you look at this, the reason why they're not the same is because this is our tab button. You hit it and then it's going to underline for you. But look at this. Look at this line and look at this line. This line is bolded. That's the reason why. So we can just highlight this line. Then once we highlight it and then unbold it, and then the line is unbolded. Then you hit your tab button on your keyboard. On your keyboard, then you can hit your tab button, and then once you finish, just enter. And then always remember to look at your document's instructions. The instruction dictates to us that we do this, which means we have to come up to this point and put our personal details. But oh no, I just made a mistake. Of not writing these as capital letter, as small letters. These are small letters and they're supposed to be in big letters. What do we do? Do I rub this whole thing or do what? Because if we look at this, these are capital letters and I wrote them in small letters. What do we do? Obviously, we highlight them because they're highlighted. We firstly highlight them, and after highlighting them, there is an option here at our change case. You can see this, it says change case. Now we can just simply hit this downward arrow, then click on uppercase. If you click on uppercase, it will make them uppercases, all of them. If you click on lowercase, it makes them all lowercases. Capital, each word, same thing. So for now we are looking for uppercase. So let's deal with uppercase, and also underlined. Now we don't need this here, so all we have to do is hit our backspace to remove this line. Now we just hit our enter button and disable these settings. Now once we disabled these two settings, let's look at our document. Our document has same font sizes but different font styles. So the surname part and the personal details part have the same font size. Look at this: personal details 14 Arial, surname part Arial 11, my apologies, 11. So what's happening is that we are in line. We are definitely in line. There is a space here. There is a space here. There is a space here. It is because when this document was written, to leave the space, they used this setting. So we are going to have to follow exactly this. See, our setting is at no spacing. We don't need a no spacing setting. We need a normal. Then we need a normal, and then also need correct font types and formatting. Now we have the space, the default line space that we are looking for. Now we are coming to typing the surname. Then you hit your shift and your 2 dots, and it's not here. These dots are not located here. If you look at them here, they're located all the way here. They're located all the way here. So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to bring them here. We bring them here the same way we did when we put this line. We used our tab button. You see, if you click on your tab button, it's going to enable you to move this without having to. A lot of people use the space bar. This is your space bar. This is your space bar. No, you don't use this. You use this to correctly line words. You use this. Now we hit your surname. We write your surname. Then you hit your enter. But let's look at this document. Surely there's no spacing here. You see, there's no spacing, but we just hit enter in this document and there was a space. So we're not looking for spacing. We're supposed to activate this setting and then find our correct font size, then continue with writing our full names or name or whatever, and then hit your tab button to bring it here, and then names, then hit enter to write what's the next. Let's memorize them, because having to come in and make reference over and over. It's gender, date of birth, DOB means date of birth, marital status, home language, other spoken languages, health, and race. Let's gender, bring it here, say mail, date of birth, right? Yes, date of birth, say date of birth is in capital letters because it's an abbreviation. That's the reason why. So date of birth is 00000000. See, then we continue with our typing and say marital status. Say single or married, it's up to you. And then we come to spoken languages. Obviously, you can just put whatever word you want to, whatever information you want to put. Spoken languages. You can say English, Afrikaans, Zulu, Sepedi, Xhosa, or whatever. It's up to you. It's up to you. We also have an issue. The issue is this line. It's not supposed to show you this line. This line means that your grammar is incorrect. There is a problem with your grammar. And if we right click on the mouse while the mouse pointer is on the words that are showing us this error, it's going to suggest changes for us. See, the issue was double spacing. I had made double spaces. Now we continue with race. Then it's African. It's African. Okay, we missed home language and health. We missed them, but it's fine. We can just simply enter them here. Or you want me to make the document exactly the way it is. It's not necessary. Since we wrote this, we can say Sepedi here. You can only have one main home language. Yes, you have two parents who come from different cultures, but there's one main language that you use. There is one main language that you use. Now, let's put an end to it by putting this line here. We can do this or copy this line here. Copy this. Highlight it and then right click and then press copy and then come to the section where you want the line to be and then paste it. There are options, you see. There are many ways to kill a cat. There are many ways to kill a cat. Now, let's come to our requirement is professional profile and career objectives. We're supposed to write this here. Professional profile, career objectives. Is it underlined? Yes, it's underlined and it's bolded. It's underlined and bolded. So we have to Is there a space? Sorry. Let me repeat. Is there a space? Is there a space between them? No, there isn't. So we are on the right track. Is there a space below? No, there isn't. Now we have to highlight this first and then bold it because it's bolded. And also come to this point and write our professional profile. Our professional profile says, I am a passionate and hardworking individual. With a strong interpersonal skill, I work well under pressure, and my strong ethics enable So see, there's a problem here, there's a grammar issue here, and there's a spelling issue here. This red line tells us of an incorrect spelling. This one tells us of an incorrect grammar. So hardworking is supposed to be one word, and then pressure, the spelling is incorrect. Then it says pressure like this. Then we continue. My enables me to thrive in fast-paced environment. To thrive in a fast-paced environment and work well in a team. I've heard the reason why I am fast in typing is because I've been doing this for quite some time. So with you doing this, the longer you get to spend doing this, it's the easier it becomes for you. Right, this is our personal profile. We can see it. So it's the same. Now we want to do our skills and attributes. Skills and attributes. This is our skills and attributes section. And then we say ability to work, ability to follow protocol. See, I made an error. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be capital letters. See this ability. There's no need for me to rub A, but all I'm going to do, what I have to do is place my mouse pointer here and then press spacebar. Then the A is in capital letters. Then remove the spacebar again. Wrong spelling. What you have to do is follow my instructions. As I do this, you also do the same. Watch the video like you've been doing all along. Watch the video and continue to pause it while pausing it, and pause it, and then while busy pausing it, doing these activities and pausing it, continuing just like that. It's organization knowledge, not skills. I'm aware that these come in this form. There's a reason why. I'm going to show you, don't worry. We are going to show these come into columns. They come into columns. So let's continue. You will see I will make them into columns. I will make them 2 columns. Obviously, you will be computer literate. Obviously. Now I highlighted them, and after highlighting them, I'm going to come. No, it's not this option. Yeah, it's this option. Come to layout, and then click on these columns, and then click on. Sorry, not 3, but 2. It's supposed to be 2. See, and ta-da, yeah, we have them the way they're supposed to sit. We are halfway done with our document. See, and now what we are supposed to do is introduce our educational background, but it's written education there, so let's not change the document because we are supposed to do the document as is. Now education, we come back to our home tab, bold it, underline it. Is it underlined? No. Yeah. And thereafter underline it. Sorry, not underline it. Continue to underline it, but unbold it. See, it's unbolded. You see, it's unbolded. Now let's look at education. There is a space here. Is it entered? No, it's not. So there's a space there. There's a space here, so that means the setting is not correct. We need it at a correct setting level. And is our education equal to, it's equal to the size? Yes. The only change we need to affect is the font. Now that we've done this, we will have a space that we require. And now that we have the space that we require, let's see, school information. We need school information. School information. School information. Let's see something. Let's see if after school information, we're not supposed to have a space here. To school information, we're not supposed to have space, so, but we did have a space, so this is wrong. Therefore, we need this is wrong. We're not supposed to have a space. We forgot. Oh, we're supposed to have a space. Here we are not supposed to have space, but here we are supposed to have space. Now what I was doing is I was making it to have space. Lining. We're not supposed to have space. Right, I was checking if the information, the settings are correct. Yeah, the settings are correct. Now we'll just have to unbold this so that we can put the correct information. Institution. You don't have to see the entire document. Just know the document by head that you're doing everything correct. Subjects. I'm not making a mistake. I know what I'm doing. Don't mind me. See this? See? And now, see? Institution, it's your school. Course, it's your grade or whatever degree you did. Your subjects are your cat, history, geography, mathematics, etc., etc. Okay, let me show you something. You see the etc., etc. that I put, it jumped to. Now, are we supposed to? Okay, let me not violate my own rules. And actually, yeah, okay, it's fine. Let me do this, etc., etc. Then if we look at the document, the etc., etc. part, it's just that it's wrapped here, but there's a wording here and here and here, and they're not supposed to be here. It's like this, this etc. Or let me say English. Let me say English. Business studies, tourism. Yeah, these words are not supposed to be here. They're not supposed to be here, but they're supposed to be here, exactly here. So what you need to do is that you need to press on your keyboard. This is your keyboard, right? With your mouse pointer here. You need to press enter. Then once you press enter, press tab, and they are moving on their own. And then just to highlight, to align them. But if you do not press enter, let me show you what's going to happen. If you don't press enter and then just move them with tab, see what's happening. See? You don't want this, because then it's messing up your document. You don't want this. See? You need to do exactly what I did, so that your document doesn't get messy. Then you press enter, then backspace, then it brings you to this point. And then year obtained. Your year obtained is 2025. Now, let's review the document. We have our references and our first name. We have our references. I showed you that you need to type them. You can also do this to save your time and energy. I highlighted this too. Then you can just copy and paste with keep source formatting. Then you paste. Then you just edit this and say references. Then because this line here is not supposed to be here, you rub it with your space. See, it's gone. It magically disappeared. Now hit your enter to go on to next space, and then all you have to do is continue with your reference name and reference number here. Always remember to uncheck this so that reference name, your mentor, and make sure that these settings are back to where they belong. Your mentor, their reference number, zero 987654321. So here's their reference number, and look at this. We just replicated this document. It's the same document as this document. Let me show you. See, it's the same. Sorry, it's the same. See? Now, when you have another option, say maybe for example you want to put these. I said we are going to upgrade the document. Say for example you want to put these in a box. I'm going to hit insert, then click on tables, and then click on place the mouse pointer on this box. Then it says 1 times 1 table. You see, 1 times 1. And if you do this, it says 2 times 2, 2 times 1, 2 times 3. And then if you get my point, you get my point, you get my point, you get my point. So for the sake of this document, just going to keep it on 1, because we want to put our personal details in this document, in this box. Now we just placed our personal documents in this box, and then we are upgrading this document. Say we want all our headings to be in their own boxes. We want our headings to be in their own boxes. All our headings will be in their own boxes. We can do whatever we want with this document. We can do whatever we want. This is now us upgrading the document to our liking. We don't have to type them. We can just cut and paste. Just cut and paste. Typing is an old thing. If you have an option of cutting and pasting. Typing is an old thing. If you have your own option of we are upgrading the document, so we want the document to be different. We replicated the document. Okay, what will happen is that, for example, once another page pops up like this and you don't want it, all you have to do is to just come, click on the page, and then once you clicked on the page, click on backspace, then the page will disappear. See, it disappeared. It disappeared. Now we need to insert this table here. We are upgrading our document so it can be whatever number of pages we want it to be. I get it now. We replicated that. Now we are doing our own thing. See here, I made a mistake here. Here, I made a mistake. How you you remove a table, you just click on this point and then hit backspace and it will be removed. See, they were two, that's why I wanted to remove it. Now it's only one. Now it's only one. And then when we look at the document, then let's say we want to remove this here. Do the same. Just on your keyboard. We can upgrade this document to our own liking. Say for example we want to put a border. Say design, layout. Is it layout? No, it's design. Yeah, it's design. Then you click on page borders. Then once you click on page borders, you're going to have kinds of lines that you want. Say for example you want this, and then the width of the lines. See, there's the width of the lines. So we want this. Then we say the color. So for example we want a different color from black, this blue. Then you click, you hit. This is going to look like this. The whole document, if you want it to be on this section only, first page only, or accept the first page, you have that option. Then you click. Then that's how you have your border. And say for example you want your trailer to be the same. You're going to click on design and then border style. This is going to be our border style. And then okay, it's not doing what I wanted it, so it's fine. We'll just come here and then choose the design that we want. we can just go with this since we used this color. See, these are our options. As we click, surely you can see. Then we have an option. We have options, different options. See? Different options. You see? And then let's remove this. You can do anything with your document. You can put it however you want it to be. If you want to change this font to red, this is where you get your colors. This is your document, so you are in charge of it. See, this is your document. So yeah, this is basically how you create and do documents in word processing. So you can do a lot of things. So let's wrap it for today. This is the end of the lesson, since we did this document the way we were supposed to do it, and also upgraded it the way we to our liking. So yes. And now before we close it, like I said, this is the see, if you hit don't save, you're going to lose this document. Always keep this in mind. So you want to be able to locate your document, you will hit save. This is the name of the document. It has, we didn't give it a name yet. This is the reason. This is the default name of the document. This is the default name. We didn't give it the name. So its name, to give it its name, we're going to hit save. Now once we hit save, it's going to enable us to give it a name, and it's going to be your CV. Now we're going to put it in our documents. Then we're going to locate it in our documents. Then we hit save button. Right, it's saved. Don't worry, it's saved. Let's go check it out. Obviously you understand how to get to your documents. You hit your documents, and then here is your document. If you open it, it's going to show you that it's the document that we just made. See? So yeah, this is the lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope you enjoyed learning, and I hope you did exactly as I was doing. So thanks for watching. See you next time. This is me signing out.